Fourth line starts out for Bruce Cassidy and Vegas here on the road in Seattle. Nick Waugh wins the face-off, and away we go. And Justin Schultz draw back in for Dave Hextall. They were not in there in that game between these teams on Tuesday, as Linda told you. A Vegas win. And a one-timer, and it's fought off by Brossoit, but held in by Seattle.
Resistance. Since 1991-92, the Kraken are.
That's where they're headed. Vince Dunn back behind his net under pressure from Smith, who tried to take it away with some support from Carlson. Now in the corner, flipped along by Larson. Over to Dunn. Oh, man! Off the ricochet of Seattle, it slips by Grubauer, and that's how Vegas takes the lead on the road.
That Golden Knight fan is enjoying it, and you can see Dunn's just going to come in behind the net. He's trying to put this middle pass right to Jaden Schwartz, and he doesn't see Riley Smith there. He takes an initial look, but then doesn't take a second look. It goes right off the right skate, right behind Grubauer, right in between his legs, and no chance there for him to get his paddle down. Just wasn't expecting that.
Geekie works it back for Larson into the slot off a redirect there from Schwartz. And now Geekie pursues, tangles with Carlson. Geekie fights for it, shields, gets it free to Wenberg. Wenberg scanning. Schwartz a shot and a score! Oh, gorgeous off the one-timer! And Seattle has tied it here in the first.
That offense, get down below the goal line, create a forecheck, create some momentum off the forecheck, make defenders move. Watch Braden McNabb. He's all the way over on the board. He has to come back down. He has to decide, am I going to Geekie or am I going to Schwartz? That little extra second of hesitation, well, Schwartz is wide open and he's able to, after a ton of seasons in the league.
He has never started a playoff game. Barbashev off the turnover on a breakaway. Barbashev denied by Grubauer. And then he covers up.
At their defensive blue line, they're really trying to get into the lanes of the shooters. They've got good sticks. We've seen a couple examples of it. And Barbashev just reads this play perfectly. He's all over Geekie. But Grubauer doesn't really make a big move initially. Vegas, a few little fits in their defensive zone by attacking the goal line. Good forecheck. And this was a really good first period by both these teams.
Yeah, Bruce Cassidy said he would have the popcorn going pregame while watching that. Marchessault on the spin from the circle, and Grubauer makes the stop from point blank.
Jonathan Marchessault, one of the few chances here early for Vegas, and watch the hands here as he just attacks the dots. He goes to his backhand and then quickly back to the forehand, and you can see Grubauer doesn't catch that till the last second. It just hits the lower part of his pad, and then you look for that weak side pass across as Hutton had jumped in.
Told you what's at stake for Vegas, and for Seattle, they could be a wild card team, or they could wedge their way into that 3 spot in the Pacific. Wenberg denied by Brossoit. Off the quick feed there from Schwartz.
Starts below the goal line, and you can see just a little dump in there and get some help from the Golden Knights defender. And then they change the point of attack. And if this pass from Schwartz to Wenberg doesn't go off his foot first and maybe he's a little bit more tape to tape, I think this is in the back of the net because Brossoit's
been busy with some of this Seattle speed and pressure. Soucy stepping into space. It got blocked on the reload. Soucy and Donato out in front. Couldn't trigger. Now McCann. Bjorkstrand fires it high. Around the railing. Tolvanen for Dunn. Bjorkstrand for McCann. A drive and a kick save by Laurent Brossoit.
And he gets a good one-timer off. And Jared McCann.
2 seconds remain. Here's Sprong. Eichel coming out of the box. Schwartz across, and it's off the post by Beniers.
And here's one here. You can see the 2-on-0 created down low, and it just goes off the post. And that was a close one.
And Vegas dances around some danger there at the tail end of the power play of Seattle. And now off the ricochet. Here is Sprong. Bearing down, and a big-time stop by Brossoit.
And then Daniel Sprong, 2 or 3 shots.
Here's Stevenson, searching along the half wall, shadowed by Gord. Delayed penalty here. Pass Barbashev, moved along by Pietrangelo. Into the circle, now Eichel, scanning on the interchange. Eichel fires, rebound is loose, Martinez scores! Fires! And Vegas takes the lead here in the second.
Eichel coming off the bench as Brossoit had gone to the bench for the delayed penalty. Martinez just recognizes Eichel's up there. I'm going to go right to the net, and he just becomes that double screen, that little second layer of screen. And watch as he recognizes where this puck is going to come off. You can see the little touch there by Barbashev, and he just stays in good position right outside the blue paint and is able to find this and put it right by Grubauer. And it was a...
Just want to get the feet moving tonight in his return to the lineup. Barbashev, drag, shoots, and a pound save at the last moment by Grubauer.
I think that went off the shin pad of Borgen, off the shot of Barbashev, and Grubauer had to go back the other way, make a nice save.
Donato driving the net on a drag. Brossoit trying to cover up, puck loose to his left.
Yeah, first it's Ryan Donato who's driving wide by Theodore. Little toe drag, it just doesn't want to go for him.
Beniers in the circle for Sprong and a save. Brossoit tries to cover up. Now he locates and does with 3 seconds remaining on the Kraken power play.
Schwartz didn't recognize that it was actually sitting in behind Brossoit, and you can see an east-west pass, and there it is. It was right there as he gets some help from his defenseman in Martinez. And this is a tough save as it's a long pass across. It's a big movement, but you can see the small hole between the legs. Bruce Cassidy mentioned to us is so key for his type of play. He can make that initial save, and he can rely on his teammates to help him out afterwards.
Petrangelo to the corner, jabs it along toward Marchessault. Out through the legs toward Dorofeev, and now Eichel with speed. So dangerous on the rush. He stops, beats Theodore with a shot. Then Grubauer swallows. Keep our heads straight.
Yeah, it's so fun this time of the year, though.
Larson shoots, and Brossoit came out, and then lost it momentarily, and then covers.
It's a must-win situation for both teams. And then the next night, it's a must-win situation as we see a face-off play develop here with Adam Larson going down the far side. Nice little pass across by Jordan Eberle.
Bjorkstrand off to the wall for Jared McCann, spins it back on Waugh, and then tipped along there by Stevenson. He scores!
Middle defenseman for the Kraken, and just gets his stick in the lane, pushes it forward, and pushed it forward enough. It went right down the rink and into the back of the net.
And the final few seconds can tick off for Vegas. The Golden Knights are Pacific Division champions and the 1 seed in the Western Conference.